And I still think this guy's a heck of a pickup from Seattle.
Oh, he's a great pickup. I like this kid a lot.
Yeah, Aaron Curry, a 5-tackle Sunday in Miami. He talked to the media earlier today.
I think for the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've had some shots at playing Mike.
Okay.
In the sub packages, and you know, I think so for the most part yesterday I didn't do a really good job of executing the teaching techniques that they taught me. I was kind of trying to overdo it, just using my athletic talent.
You've talked a lot about energy and you providing energy and being infectious with energy. How do you explain the team coming out with a lack of energy the way they did?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say we came out with a lack of energy. I could feel it when I was in the locker room and coming out. I could feel the energy. We weren't running around, jumping up and down, running around in circles and stuff because we were down 13-0 early. So, of course, we weren't like celebrating and stuff. But you could feel the energy. I could feel the energy, and it felt like a very positive energy. Even throughout the end of the game, we didn't give ourselves the opportunities to really express our emotions because we allowed them to score 13 points on us early.
So if the energy was there, I mean, how do you explain the performance? I mean, I
think it all came down to execution.
It worked, right?
Point blank period. As far as they out executed us, they came out there and just beat us.
You haven't been here for all of it, but what do you attribute the struggles when the Raiders have lost this year? They've given up over 200 yards rushing. What do you attribute the problems in stopping the run or inconsistency in stopping the run to?
I don't know. You know, I think most of the times, the games I've been here, the quarterback's been the leading rusher. We were able to rush the passes so well. I kind of feel like some people actually use our strength against us and just let the lineman rush the quarterback and he just leaks out. And because we cover so well on the back end, he's going to get 15, 20 yards if he scrambles out. So, I mean, but in the history of football, if you don't stop the run, you're not going to win.
Yeah, no. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
What's the mindset of this team after a loss like that? Now you're going into Green Bay, playing a great team on the road. What's the mindset of this team at this point?
Just moving on and getting ready to play the Packers.
I mean, are you down? Are you up? Are you about the same as ever?
I mean, we're all grown in here, so I'm assuming that everybody's being professional and just taking it one day at a time. Not up, not down. Because it's not a time to be up or down. It's all about just hunkering in on the day that you have in front of you and doing whatever it takes to prepare yourself to go on the road and play.
I know y'all lost yesterday, but man.
All right, Aaron Curry, actually today at the press conference or the player availability when the media comes in after the loss to Miami, 34-14 the final. Go ahead.
Do you?
Let me get you back here. I want to talk about the leader of the defense is Richard Seymour.
Yes.
Guy's won Super Bowls, been to the Pro Bowl. Gets himself kicked out of the game for a left-handed punch, slap, or jab. I think it was a garbage call, but how do you see this?
Oh, complete garbage. You know, the guys, see, I've been in those situations, Jimmy, where someone's got my throat, and I'm just trying to get him off me. Get off of me. Okay? And that, to me, is what is wrong with what the National Football League is doing to the Raiders. I've seen so much worse in football games than that right there, and you kick a guy out of the football game. I don't agree with it. I really don't.
Yeah,
that bothers me.
That's not good, and we saw him having to leave the field and go to the locker room. Our good friend Tony Bruno said, what are they letting him leave for? They ought to force him to stay on the sideline. That ought to be his punishment, and sit here and watch this tail kicking that they're getting, and maybe you get something out of it. One other issue we have to address, and that's Rolando McClain. There were a lot of questions to Hugh Jackson about this. Hugh's saying he's comfortable with what he did, but I want you to tell me the story quickly. Can you tell the John Taylor story with the 49ers?
Yeah, I will. You know, John Taylor tested positive for a substance. I won't say what it was, and he was suspended for a few games. And basically this, Jimmy, is Bill Walsh called the team together, and he said, we lost a family member for a few games. We don't kick a guy out of our family because he got in a little bit of trouble. okay? We're going to welcome him back, and when he gets back, we're going to the Super Bowl. That's what we're doing. And that's the situation here. It was ugly. This is a young kid that has to learn. I said I was real tough on the kid last week because I was angry, real angry at him, because they need him, okay? The Oakland Raiders need you, Rolando. They need you to step up and knock the crap out of people in the middle of that defense. When a running back comes through, I want to see you take him and put him into the stands, okay? I want him to see stars every time. That's what we need out of this kid. He's got that capability. Remember when we saw him pile drive a guy last year?
That was a highlight.
We got all excited about that.
Like you had your middle linebacker for the next 10 years.
Yeah, we were like, yes.
You had your Urlacher.
Yeah.
You know, you had your Ravens guy, Lewis. You had your Lewis.
We got a guy with some nasty in him.
Yeah.
You know?
Where did that nasty go?
Where did it go?
On-field nasty. And I know he had 8 tackles yesterday. I didn't see 8 tackles.
You know what? I actually did. I saw some pretty good things. I did. I saw some good things.
All right.
So, you know, chalk it up as this. You know, the league's going to do what they're going to do. It's a distraction. Hugh, hey, God bless you for what you did and how you handled it. And the league's going to come down on him for sure. And I know the Raiders are going to have to come down on him. But let's just focus on playing football. That's what I hate about this. Everybody's talking about Rolando and, you know, pointing guns at somebody when we ought to be talking about taking on the defending world champion Green Bay Packers, who are undefeated.
Yep. That should be the focus.
Yes.
Nothing else should be the focus.
Nothing.
That should be the focus. We'll focus on that straight ahead. I want to clarify, Hugh, he said he was comfortable that McClain did not do the act that it is being said he did. That's why Hugh made his decision. I want to clarify the way I phrased it just a minute ago. Straight ahead, Roma, you're going to answer the tweets from the people because they got